what has Adrian been up to?
Right.
I would say that she's been. What did you call the tower again? Sorry, I'm.
The Nautulus Plunder.
Oh, that tower. No, no, no. I would put her off onto the off-coast tower, the big green
Oh,
orby
that
tower.
tower.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yes,
Then that tower was Galengul.
yes. I would put her on Galengul
Okay.
because, yeah, she's been a wizard in training, actually sorcerer. But as for right now, Dungeon World doesn't have sorcerers; they just have wizards. So
Right.
I would stick her on Galengul, and she has not joined up with the party yet, but she will in a day or two, assuming they all get back and stuff.
Okay.
So that's my thought.
All right. That can work. All right.
And then to reiterate, Burtock's hand is now a mechanical hand that has a gem which can connect with his soul and hold other souls, maybe, possibly, and is the same technology that made Raffin's leg work.
Cool. Cool. So it's like bronze with sort of gears and stuff, or is it more
Yeah.
iron?
I would make it bronze just because bronze is
Okay.
cool.
Cool. Huh. All right. That is cool. Um. Let's see. Does it have like a hidden knife or something?
Um, maybe. I haven't thought
No.
about that, but that's a kind of a cool idea. Uh, I do like this idea. Let me reconnect once.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, I haven't thought about hiding anything into the hand. That's not a bad idea, but that's more of a thief tactic than anything.
Yeah, you can always upgrade it later if you need to.
True, I think
Okay.
that's a good
Sure.
idea.
Sure.
Because I had
All
another
right.
idea for the hand, and that is instead of like, how they hide the knife down in the bottom of the glove and then they pull the knife out of the glove and use it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking if it were actually socketed into the glove like this and then down the wrist, then they could just hold their hand like this and it suddenly, and then they have it.
Huh.
Kind of a switchbladey
Yeah.
mechanism to grab onto
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
throw it. It's immediate. It's like shink, switchblade, throw.
Yeah. Cool. Um.
Actually, let's say the goblins just, not the goblins, the gnomes put that in as a bonus, and he doesn't know about it.
All right. That's cool. That's cool. The gnomes are adding a little extra to it. Sure.
Yeah.
That works. All right. So over
Rain.
the hmm, over the time skip, Gestrag has been cataloging the magical items
Yes.
that you guys have acquired.
Yes.
Um, and Herbert, the butler, is going to come up to you with his list of the what the magical items do, and say, "We need to go, puppy! Yay!" Um,
here. Possibly. I hope you do too, Sean.
I do not. Let me refresh.
Well, I heard a couple.
Oh, a crackle.
Yeah.
Crackle.
And if you heard that, that's a good thing, because then we won't have issues today.
Ah. Wait.
Yeah. So. Right.
In that case, let's switch over briefly to Adrian here.
Sure.
She is in the Tower of Galengul, under the tutelage of the various dark professors there, including Master Sargul.
Yes.
And she will have a rare magical item gifted to her by Lady Blackadder.
Okay. Cool.
Called a Twynmorrer.
A twin.
Which
what?
is a Twynmorrer. Is it?
Oh,
you should see it
that's
in the
an interesting spelling
items.
of this word. Twin. One N. Okay. And we're calling this like a compact.
Yes, it is a communication device between pairs of Twynmorrer. So Lady Blackadder has one of these, and you have the other one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you invent this?
Yes.
That is amazing. Okay, cool. I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Nourishment.
What?
What do I nourish it with?
Yes. Lady Blackadder has said that she will keep the mirror well fed. So, but it does take. Actually, you can make a spout lore about that.
I would like to, because this is. I mean, what's the chance that Blackadder will not be able to, and I need to? I mean, what happens if I don't? That's my big question.
Yeah.
Adrian. Do intelligence. Okay. I suppose I should have actually clicked spout lore, but I got a 7.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You have a feeling that it's nourished by some sort of food. You're not sure what kind of food that might be, but some form of consumable food.
Okay. My thoughts, being backed by my current training with Sargul, are a little more than just dark. And I would assume that it's like it requires blood or a soul or something of that nature. And that if I were to open the what did you call it?
Twynmorrer.
Twynmorrer in front of a corpse, it will suck the life out of it. The remaining life out of it. Yeah, that's my idea. I don't know this for sure, of course, but it's my best guess.
All right. In your room, on the desk where you have set the Twynmorrer, it will suddenly give a rattle.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? I grab it, flip it open, and look into it.
Your reflection gives a wink at you.
I wink back.
And it beckons you closer.
And I lean closer and wink again and whisper under my breath, "What is it? What do you have?"
Your reflection will reach a hand forward towards the mirror's surface, and a claw will emerge, and on the claw is a letter pierced through by the claw.
Yeah, I will take the letter, after which I assume the claw will withdraw.
Yes, the claw will withdraw back into the mirror. And your reflection will go back to mostly mirroring your motions. So,
Okay. And I will click the Twynmorrer closed and open the letter and read it.
sure. It is a letter from Lady Blackadder telling you that she may need you for a mission within the next few days. She has been unable to get any sort of plans or airships from the city of Tyrium. So she will try and arrange an introduction for you to the crew of the Nautilus. That is another airship that she would like to have the designs of.
Have I seen this airship? Do I know what I'm looking for?
No, but you will be picked up by an agent of the Lady Blackadder if she needs you and escorted there.
All right. Good plan. I will, knowing the contents of the letter, I will burn it.
Okay, sure.
It's a good idea.
Yes.
I'm not a thief, but I certainly do know the ways of subterfuge and spying.
Of course.
And rule number 1 is you cover your tracks.
Yes. Very important.
Ooh. And I do so with I want to use... Oh, I can't. I don't have any spells that can do that. I didn't take... Right. Okay. No, I can't use anything.
All right.
So.
I did make all the macro buttons for Adrian.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Because I'm a nice guy like that.
Yeah, you are. Actually, magical effect. I would like to summon something like burning hands in a ritual. Maybe. Is that a reasonable idea? Or do I just throw it in the fireplace and forget about it? Seriously.
I would say just throwing it in the fireplace is the best way to light it on fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Or no, I'll do it the classic way and do like the corner in the candle flame and watch it for a while and then throw it onto the hearth.
All right.
And then I cast Prestidigitation and make the little, like a shadow puppet of a mouse come up and hold a marshmallow on a stick over the fire of the letter. Just as practice, because I've got to practice these abilities of mine.
Of course, yes, yes.
Let me,
Do you want to actually do it?
yeah, sure. It's a cantrip, so it doesn't really cost me anything, right? Or does it cost me something?
You still have to cast spell as usual.
Which means cast spell is plus intelligence. Okay.
All right.
And my options are 9. Yeah. Can I forget this or not?
You can forget. I presume you can forget cantrips until you prepare spells again.
Okay, I'll choose that one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll wait till I prepare again.
Okay. You cast the illusion. The little mouse comes out with the marshmallow, toasts it on the flames, and then that spell vanishes from your memory.
Right.
Until you prepare it again.
And I shake my head, and it is very frustrating to have forgotten a spell. It's a very odd sensation to suddenly have something just sucked out of your head like that. I immediately turn on my bed and just sit cross-legged and try to open my big grimoire and try to learn it again. Muttering to myself, it's a stupid cantrip. You'd think I could maybe nail this one without any trouble.
In your tutelage under Master Sargul, what sort of strange and magical things have you seen here?
I have seen him reanimate a corpse. That was quite interesting. Of course, the green orb at the top, I now know what that's for, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Meaning in real life, I have no idea what that is. Oh, I do know what it is. It's a thing that we don't talk about in public.
Okay. Within the hour, an acolyte comes knocking upon your door.
Yeah.
Wizardess Adrian, you are summoned.
Yeah, right. I stand up and gather my staff and check my belt for my dagger. I assume I had both, right?
Yes, you could have purchased one or the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just okay. I didn't put my halberd staff thing in my inventory. And I'm going to give it 1 weight. Is that reasonable?
Yes. Does that put you over your weight limit?
No, it puts me right at my weight limit as long as the Twynmorrer doesn't take up anything.
Your spellbook does take up 1 weight.
But the Twynmorrer doesn't? Or does it?
Oh, no, sorry, yeah, the Twynmorrer is weightless.
Okay. I don't know what the range of the staff is.
reach. It's a long sort of pole arm, so it's reach.
Reach. I don't know what that means, but I kind of can picture it. It's just, I thought it was like
Yeah,
close range, thrown hand to hand, and that was it.
yeah. Hand. I actually printed out the tags here, so I have them as a reference. Hand is things like daggers,
Okay.
and like if you're grappling.
Yeah. Something where you're right up next to the guy and you can basically punch him. Instead, you use your weapon instead of punching him.
Right.
Okay.
And then there is close, which is for things like swords and clubs,
Got it.
where you can strike within a few feet of your hand. Then there is reach, which is within 10 feet of you.
Okay.
Within 10 feet for like spears or staffs, stuff like that, with some reach to them. That is it for the hand weapons.
Okay.
Typically, at least.
And then everything else is thrown or launched or something.
Right. And those have two ranges of near and far.
Okay.
Near is where you can see the whites of their eyes, whatever that means. So, say within 30, 40 feet. And then far is within shouting distance.
Okay. I got it.
So yeah, your staff is probably reach. So you can hit someone who's coming at you with a sword without them technically being able to retaliate immediately.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this acolyte, dressed in black robes with its hood up, will say, "Adrian, you are summoned to the docks."
Yes, I have been expecting you, I say, throwing a cloak over my shoulders and gathering my staff, checking my dagger, checking my pockets for other things, of which I don't have much, but I have also a little kit bag of potions and things, which hangs off my shoulder along with my bag of books, and yeah.
All right.
I slip my spell book into that bag of books while I'm at it, because I figure it can fit.
Okay. Along the way out, you will cross paths with Master Sargul, who will see you leaving, and he will presumably have approved of whatever assignment you're being sent on.
Yeah.
But he will say to be careful out there, Adrian, and always watch your back. There are knives everywhere.
Always, always. I am very vigilant, I say, maybe a little presumptuously.
We look forward to your return. And the gloom will thicken as he wanders off.
Yeah. Or no, it will actually brighten a little bit.
Yes.
The gloom will dissipate just slightly as he wanders off.
Yes.
And I shake my head. I've never been comfortable around Master Sargul. He seems to be a very gloomy sort. Perhaps a little bit over.
The acolyte will give a shiver in agreement with you.
Unspoken words, blah, blah. Yes. And I say, let's go then. Or shall we? I assume the acolyte is ahead of me in status, as I'm just a lowly student.
He's actually below you. He's a kind of
Oh.
barely an apprentice.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh. Well, on we go then, I say. And
The acolyte will lead you downstairs to the dock, where the ferry is awaiting you to bring you to the port of Delgaer.
okay. That's a. I scowl at myself, realizing that I might have been better off saving the letter. Because the captain doesn't know who I am. How is he to know that he's supposed to take me on as a favor to Lady Blackadder? I mutter in frustration at myself. And hope that nothing actually goes wrong as I stand on the ferry and wait for and just sail slowly through the fog and stuff.
Slowly through the fog, the lights of Delgaer slowly come into view.
Yep.
The green light at the top of the tower of Galengul still burns, even at the distance.
Yep, I can still see it fairly
Mhm.
clearly too. It just hovers there. Sort of a spotlight. We know when we're out of range of Delgaer, when you can no longer see the light of Galengul.
Yes. The ferry will pull up to the docks, and standing there awaiting you is a cloaked figure. But underneath the hood of the cloak, you can make out the features of Lady Blackadder herself.
Ooh. Well, my luck has maybe turned. And I walk up to Lady Blackadder. Am I low enough on the totem pole that I should kneel or something? Or is it just polite enough to give a bow, curtsy, whatever? As I approach.
You can make a spout lore, I guess,
I would.
or discern realities.
I think spout lore on this case because I have to know something. I don't know anything apparently. Oh, the prestidigitation loss of prestidigitation has also lost. I've completely blanked out on the formalities of greeting Lady Blackadder, and I will make a best attempt and kind of stiff bow and say, "Hello, I am here."
Lady Blackadder will grip your shoulder as you start to bow, haul you upright, and say, and hiss, "Not here, you idiot."
I apologize. I'm sorry. I've been practicing and I've not had time to that thing that I have to do, prepare. I have not prepared any of my skills after practice.
Lady Blackadder will heave a sigh and hurry you along to the her favorite in the Bilgewater Sweetness, where she will get a table in a shadowy corner and fill you in on why she needs your assistance at the moment.
Right. And have you cleared this with the captain? I ask after a short discussion, reiterating what was said in the letter, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She will say that there is a crew that owns the shop, the Nautulus Plunder, here in Delgaer,
Oh.
and they own an airship that I am desperate to get the design of. So I would like you, Adrian, with your skills, to attempt to infiltrate their airship and get whatever designs or mechanisms you can from it.
Yeah. That's okay. This will be doable. I can come up with a plan on my own. If you have any input, of course, I'll obviously heed it. But I do have an idea of how I can attain this information for you.
I can arrange a letter of introduction for you to the crew. I have employed them in the past, and I helped them get their shop. So
Okay.
we are on somewhat cordial terms at the moment.
Good to know. I was a little worried about that after I got your note. Well, we won't go into that, but I was a little bit worried that they wouldn't know who I was, and if I had shown up on their, whatever you would call it, gangplank, without any sort of... Anyway, yeah, thank you. I would appreciate an introduction. And
Now,
need to...
I'm sorry, did we say that Adrian was a relative of Lady Blackadder or not?
I don't recall if we did. I don't think we did. If she needs to be, that's kind of a cool idea.
It is, but I kind of think it's also cool for it to be a deception. Like,
a deception meaning Adrian
like
thinks she's related but isn't, or they pretend like they both are related but they're not, and they both know that they're not.
Right. Like, as part of the letter of introduction, Lady Blackadder says, "This is my
niece,
great niece," or something. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't make Lady Blackadder so old that she has great nieces. That's kind of...
That's true. That's true.
But yeah,
Okay.
I would go with that. I go under the guise of being Lady Blackadder's niece.
Okay.
And that way the crew will kind of like treat me as like a noble.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I can see that in the back of my head as an idea, as a kind of an in on this.
All right. So you and Lady Blackadder work out what exactly this letter of introduction is going to be.
Yeah.
What it's necessarily going to say.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Lady Blackadder will say that she is quite counting upon you to get these designs for her.
Mm-hmm. I'll do my best, absolutely. I mean, and my best is going to be my best. You will have your designs, particularly, and I pull open the mirror, the mirror, and just momentarily flip it open to check my looks and close it. With our methods of communication, I'm sure it will not be as difficult as it would be for someone who didn't have our capabilities.
Very good. Very good. Yes, I wish I could give you some more advice. The halfling is tougher than he looks. I wouldn't mess with him. He apparently has been through all sorts of scrapes, so If the halfling gets onto you, just probably best to run away as fast as possible.
Run away. Okay. That's good advice. I'll try to stay on his good side, and I'll try to remain as covert as possible. There's no use in letting it on that we were. Is he? Is he a sort that is kind of plagued by feelings of guilt or something? Like, is there a reason like you can't get the design directly from him?
Yes, I have approached them once or twice over the past year to um, to get them to divulge the designs for their airship, but for some reason or other, they are reluctant to share it with me. I mean, I would only require a month or so to really analyze the airship,
I see.
But they have not been forthcoming. And
Yeah.
the design of the airship comes from Tyrium.
Oh, this kind of explains a little bit.
Hmm.
If you're trying to get a design from Tyrium, I would understand why you would want it, of course.
Yes.
If they're also from Tyrium, no, they tend to be a fairly loyal people around there, almost to a fault.
It is ridiculous. They've made more money from me than from anyone in Tyrium, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, well, I will try to remain as covert as possible. Try to not let them in on my plan here. And hopefully we'll have your design, maybe even within a month.
Very well. I shall write that letter of introduction, and I will let you know when you can approach the shop and get introduced to the crew.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I stand up. My half-empty glass, of which I assume I had, I quickly drain off,
Sure, sure.
blink a little blearily from the shock of alcohol on my throat, and then, remembering not to make another sweeping bow, I turn quickly with my stuff and stride out the door fairly confidently.
The ferryman, when you get to the dock that the ferry is pulled up to, the ferryman will hold out his grubby hand and ask you for the fee to cross into Galengul again.
I am going back to Galengul.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What are you doing?
I had assumed I'd head up and case out the shop as such, as like a
Oh
customer. But I don't. If you, yeah.
no.
But
I mean
after this,
that's fine.
okay. Hold on to that, ferryman. I grin under my not breath, but I kind of smile to myself as I notice the ferryman is actually a tiny little fairy man floating in midair. But for his size, he's fairly burly, like shirtless, and he's very muscular, but he's small and he has little wings and stuff, and it's pretty cute. And I just kind of smile to myself, having a soft spot for cute things, which I don't even let Lady Blackadder in on.
All right. Twilight is starting to fall. You can see the lanterns starting to be lit around town.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I want to go up to the shop and just see what they have to offer. See
Sure.
what sort of treasures they have been procuring on their travels.
All right. Yeah.
I can gather that they probably sell what they find based on their name, so.
Yes. Yeah, the Nautulus Plunder, you actually recognize the name. They've kind of made something of a name for themselves in Delgaer. In the realm of magical items and interesting artifacts.
Yeah.
And the shop owners are supposed to be very very stern about pickpockets coming in. There's been several cases of people getting blasted out of the doors.
Well, I am no pickpocket. I will assure you of that. Of course, aside, maybe Rainbow is, and we need to watch him, but I am not. I'm just a spy. A simple spy. Simple. I would like to detect magic on this. On this place, just to see what sorts
where are
of.
you?
I am up at the Nautulus Plunder.
Okay.
And I would like to cast detect magic on the shop itself, just to see if they have any sort of tripwires, magical tripwires, or spells to detect.
Okay.
Me
Sure.
approaching.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity's sake.
Sure. That succeeds. Barely.
I will let it attract attention.
Okay. All right.
Meaning that, yes, they do have a security system set up on the shop, and as soon as I detect magic on the shop, the security system goes off, and ding! Like, somebody's trying, and I hear a small yet burly voice from inside yell, there goes that damned alarm, somebody's trying to break in again. And a thump, 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 thump.
Do the you also, hey, there's help puppy. Yes, you do see that there's
Hi guys.
Howdy.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Like I try my best to be. I said that I would probably be delayed by an hour. I know that if it had been next week, usual time, it wouldn't be a problem. But I had a school. We had our exhibition. This. Wait. Why the? Should I? Isn't this supposed to be on? Where the fuck is the thing? We had our school exhibition thing, and I had to be there because somebody else can't actually hang up my pictures. So sorry about that, but I'm here now. So just continue, and I'll pick up.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had no idea that I was planning next weekend to do other things, and then I was like, oh no. So it's entirely my fault that we shifted it to today.
Yeah, stuff happens. Let's just make the most of the time we have. So
okay,
let's go.
All right. So anyway, Sean.
So yeah, Adrian, you see that above the door there is a magical eye that is scanning people as they approach.
Okay.
It is glowing with a purplish light.
Yeah.
And inside the shop, other things are glowing as well, but you can't make out what exactly it is from out here.
Okay. Well, noticing this, I will assume it's like a security camera, and I'll just wave to it as I walk up. Hopefully the voice inside that I heard earlier won't be too bothered if I were to just, knock on the door, which I do.
An elderly butler comes tottering to the door and pulls it open.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
may I help you?
Sorry, yes. I'm here to shop. Of course.
Oh, That damn eye is going off again. He pokes above the door.
Is
But
it
he beckons
faulty?
you in.
Is it usually this faulty? I ask, trying to
All the
convince
time.
him that
All the
it's just a
time.
false alarm on the eye's part.
Yes. It goes off anytime there's someone suspicious outside, which is every day.
Probably everybody's suspicious except for yourself.
Every thief and his grandma wants to rob this shop. Thankfully, we have a good shopkeeper. Not me. Grandmother could knock me over, but we have other people here that will beat them up.
So I follow him inside.
All right. Let's see. You see all sorts of interesting items here. There is a green metal horn adorned with strange symbols. There is a... What else is that? Pretty much anything in the magical items that is not assigned to a person, I think.
That's why I don't see it.
There's a large bone spear. There is... Oh yeah, there's a golden snake idol.
Oh.
It's very big and very heavy. There's a shard of ice that looks like a heart.
Frozen heart?
Yeah.
Cold-hearted?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll kill myself.
Gosh, I wish I had the list, but that's okay.
Oh, do you not? I'm sorry.
I don't. I have general gear and services and an explorer emporium.
It says in player's journal, all players. You should be able to see it.
Unless I'm just not noticing it. Airship tower and shop inventory. Oh. Maybe I should look at this thing.
One below that.
Oh, magical items, gas drag notes.
Yes, yes. I guess you could look at either one.
Yeah, I like it. Vial of Speak to Dead. This is in the shop inventory?
You know, I kind of forgot to clarify which ones were on people's inventories and which ones were in the shop inventory.
Actually, you have all these owned by notes next to a bunch of them.
Oh, I did. That's right. Hi, Hell Puppy. How are you?
I am fine.
Good.
Well, I sort of want to die because like our hand-in date was Friday, and today we had to hang everything up, and it's very stressful, but it's fine. It's and that's what's been taking me up, and even though I put in the correct requisition form, I asked for like a couple of metal strings so I could hang, you know, the pictures. They were just like, oh, we didn't understand that, and like, bleh.
You know, Adrian, why don't we say that Lady Blackadder gave you the letter of introduction?
Okay, that is a good idea. As far as that goes, let me keep that for now. I just want to pose as a real customer. I don't want to just say,
Okay.
hey, I'm here,
Sure.
take me.
All right. The butler will introduce himself as Herbert,
Yes.
the humble shopkeeper, and ask you if anything at all catches your eye, young lady.
Do you go also by Herb? Will Herb
No, it is Herbert.
do? Okay. And I will take a couple minutes to look around, running my fingers over this and that. reading the notes that are written next to some.
Quite extensive notes, yes.
Yeah, but you can only fit so much on a little placard.
Yeah.
Do not use if already suffering from a heart condition or severe medical whatever.
Yeah. Right. My eyes fall on this thing called the Infinite Book,
Ooh, yes.
and I look over the notes on it, the little label next to it, and I pick it up and I leaf through it and watch as the pages just continue to flip.
On and on and on and on, yeah.
And my finger appears no closer to the back cover than it did 10, 15, 20 seconds ago.
Yes.
How much is this, I ask?
Oh, that we are selling for 300 gold, young lady.
Ugh. My eyes immediately get very big and I kind of lurch. That is a little too much for what I can afford, I say. And I put it back down very carefully so as not to damage it.
It might be one of a kind, we're not 100% sure. But certainly there's not many of them around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing else really catches my eye, really.
Very well.
Except maybe the Orb of Scrying. If the book itself is so high priced, maybe something. I immediately just turn my mind to frugal mode and look for only the cheap things. And I notice the Orb of Scrying. How about this, I ask?
The Orb of Scrying is about 2 feet wide. Let's say only a foot.
Okay.
A foot wide. Massive crystal swirling with clouds and smoke. I'm afraid if $300 is beyond your budget, young lady, the Orb of Scrying is also a bit beyond your budget.
I heave a great sigh and remove my hand from the surface.
Herbert will polish the fingerprints from it.
Yeah. Just yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, everything looks here fairly expensive, so I'm going to move on. I will say thank you for your time.
You're welcome, young lady. Come back when you have more wealth in your pocket.
I will. It looks like fairly interesting stuff you have to sell. And then I will turn and walk out.
All right. Okay. Can I assume that you guys gave Greenbell some sort of a bed in the lower portion of the tower?
The tower.
The shop tower.
I was thinking the hold of the ship, or the cargo hold of the ship, where all those cots are. But yeah, yeah. We don't necessarily have a dungeon.
You got a basement.
Do we? No, we don't want to store him down there. In fact, we don't want to store him at all. We want to lodge him.
Yeah, you don't want to store a thief. That doesn't work out.
I'm wondering, does my wisdom weigh in well enough that I would suspect that the overly what would you call it? Overly flowery language, and the sweeping gestures might be a clue as to we might want to watch this guy and make sure.
Discern realities, and we'll see what you. And I'll tell you what you get.
Okay. Discern. Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Let's
So
see what
you
got.
closely observe Rainbow.
Well, not closely, but out of the corner of my eye.
Okay.
To suspect things.
So I suppose it is my turn to tell you something interesting, like because the DM doesn't know my characters. Sadly, that's my job. The one job I have in this game is knowing my character, and the DM knows the rest of the world and everyone else. So how many? So I guess you can just ask me the questions. Like you get to pick a question, don't you?
All right.
No. Well, there's really only two that I care about, which is what should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? Everything that isn't nailed down.
That's kind of what I suspected. Is there anything here that it isn't as it appears to be?
Yes.
Ooh. Is that all I get?
I mean, you know out of character that I am not someone that you hire on the ship, and that I am probably not who I tell you I am, and that maybe Rainbow isn't even my name. But did you actually need me to tell you that?
No, I don't. It's fine. Well, I will be not taking a very close eye, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on you, making sure we check our ship's stock and our shops, stores fairly regularly, just to make sure.
Yeah, and just for roleplay purposes, no, I'm not gonna steal anything from the ship. It is a rule, or it is a generally good advice that you don't shit where you eat, as it were.
Yeah, that's probably a reasonable stance to take. Okay. But still, I will be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, and understandable. Everyone keeps an eye on Rembel, mostly big, but just for other reasons in this case.
Yeah.
All right. 1 or 2 days after you guys have managed to bring Skull the Grimskull back to Delgaer, and he has paid you guys for bringing him back safe and sound. Greenbell and Botok, you hear a meaty knock, knock, knock upon the shop tower door.
Can I be the one that opens?
Sure.
What's up?
Can I open?
Sure.
All right. I wait a second. I swing the door open and lean against the door frame. It's just like, oh wow.
It is Skull Grimskull. He is wearing fresh armor. He has on clean clothing, but there are bandages underneath all of that. So he is not 100% recovered from his scrape with the Leviathan and the Mer people. But he recognizes you, Rainbow, and he says, the man who stood with me against the Leviathan.
Yes, definitely. I stood right beside you against the terrifying monster. That definitely happened. Yes, it is me, of course.
Behind him, you can see there's another guard. Both of them are wearing those plague doctor masks with the long beak and the eye pieces. Well, Where's the airship captain? Is he here?
I look into the room. I'm just like, well, maybe the captain is drunk again or something. I don't know.
At this moment, I stomp down the stairs, having been lodged at the very top, and kind of out of breath. I mean, these steps were not built for halflings. They were definitely built for humans. So I give a quick wave, being fairly familiar with Scald Grimskull. And I will say, hey, good to see you. How's the leg holding up?
It's healing slowly, Scald says. He will say that he wanted to personally thank you guys for your devotion to Delgaer.
Always.
Award the two of you badges of valor for your efforts.
Not velour. Velour. They're velour badges of valor.
Lord.
That he hands to the both of you.
Ooh,
I guess I can make them
it feels
controllable.
kind of cool. It has this interesting texture to it. I say offhandedly.
Is it like a metal? Like it is?
Yes.
All right. Like in the background, I'm sort of in the background, I'm sort of like not just like not real cool.
So yeah, there's a fancy medallion hanging from it, and you can pin it to your clothes or just stick it in your pocket or whatever. And Scald says those are good for a free drink at the barracks once a day if you care to join us and get familiar with the crew we keep around here.
Value just went up.
Nice.
Value just went up.
Yeah. I pull my look at it carefully. And, wow, that's cool. Well, we might have to do that this afternoon.
Oh, is it drinking night already? I couldn't wait.
Every hour can be drinking hour. Happy hour, I should say.
I see. I see you have been a sailor for quite a while.
Scald will ponder a moment and say that we've been asking everyone why these merfolk have attacked us all of a sudden. Do you have any idea why these merfolk would be attacking Delgaer in such a concerted effort?
Are you perhaps dumping unsaily elements in their habitats?
Not that I know of. I
have back in. Give me like a totally random like continent, but that has connection to the sea in the world. Just give me a totally random one.
Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna bullshit the story. It's like back in Vietnam, I once knew a man that captured young, beautiful mermaids and put them in big glass bottles and sold them as very expensive pets. Maybe you have the same problem.
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past some of these traders here to be doing that. Huh. Interesting. Maybe.
I look over. Oh, we certainly wouldn't do that. We've had enough run-ins with the merfolk that...
Then you have no imaginations. I'm telling you, those bottles went for millions of gold pieces. Not very hard to transport, but you know.
Well. Can we go into this business? No. That's not... Yeah, no. Yeah. Anyway,
There we go. Okay.
you okay?
Everybody make a wisdom defy danger.
Really?
All right.
For what?
Oh, I'm dumb apparently.
Did I? Oh, yeah.
I'm done.
I'm almost.
You blink at the critical moment, Rainbow. But Botok, you will see the aide behind Skull suddenly come up with a knife and start to hook his hand around and go to slice Skull's throat open.
Ah!
I don't actually blink. I've turned around and I'm just like, well, if we're going to have a conversation about this, I'll go get the drinks and some of the leftover biscuits. I'm about to walk out of the room.
Oh boy, leaving me alone with the two.
Have fun, Captain.
Yeah. And at that moment, I see the movement. And my eyes get big. And that's all. Hopefully Scald sees that my eyes are getting big and realizes what's happening.
Do you want to do anything?
I would like to yell.
Okay.
And point.
Okay, you can try to aid or interfere.
Sure, that sounds like a good plan. Did we make a thing for this? No. Bertok. Aid or interfere is what? Bond? I don't have a bond.
No, you don't. But
so I'll just pick a 0 modifier and roll that. Dexterity. Huh?
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
Man. All right. What do you want to do with that dexterity?
Well, I will say. Aid is a little bit better or no, not aid, but if I interfered with the apprentice guard guy, I will lurch forward and try to grab his wrist and yank it away.
Okay. Sure. The you reach out, you catch his hand. The two of you struggle back and forth with the knife a bit. Scald has the opportunity to realize that something is happening, looks down at the knife and elbows the guy in the ribs from the side, sort of. Let's see. And since Scald is always bloody, damage for Scald. Well, you still hear the crunch of ribs as this guy goes sailing backwards into the dusty street on his feet. He doesn't look too injured, but he is. He's clutching his ribs in pain.
As he, turns around and runs?
No, he's still sprawled. But as he lays there, he will start to change and morph into a mer person.
Oh, another one? We are where? In the shop?
Okay, Scald and the mer person are just outside the shop. Botok and Reenville are just inside the shop.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember what we've got here.
Rainbow, what do you do here? You have you heard the commotion?
If I can, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if I look in, what is going on?
Okay. Scald is clutching his throat where the knife has grazed it. On the ground in the dust outside is a Mer person who is dressed in the guard's armor and clothing.
Huh. Okay. Well, I see that like Skull has been indeed quite viciously attacked.
Yes.
All right. So I'm just gonna go, like put down the tray of biscuits and lay my hand on my dagger and run for and swiftly move towards the murdered person instead. Can I, let's see. Actually, here's the thing. This is a bit weird, but we're on a ship, right?
At the moment, you're on dry land.
All right, but like this place, is there rope anywhere?
Is there rope?
I said we're close enough to the dock, yeah.
Is there? We're near the dock, I assume. So like rope, net, anything like that.
Yeah, sure. There's a rope nearby.
Could I justify using tricks of the trade to sort of grab nearby rope or net and sort of theatrically whisk it down on our mer person?
Okay. Yeah. Make a dexterity defy danger.
Yes. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Wow. Okay. That succeeds. You managed to scoop up some.
So like maybe along a side of house or something like that, there's like an old fisherman sort of fixing up I am an old fisherman and I am fixing up my fisher nets. Sort of ran up to and grab it from him and sort of in the same way that some would flap a sort of ox dueling cape. I sort of do that, but flip it over the other person.
Cool.
I'm just like, it seems that we're hunting big fishes today. And I hope that the result of this will be that he is entangled, or at least we'll have to deal with that.
All right. The mer person is successfully entangled. It is not out of commission yet, though. It's struggling to get out of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Botalk, what do you do?
Looking around the shop, in surprise after the fake guard has successfully stumbled into the street, I will glance left, right, and then my eyes will fall upon the side piercer propped up against one wall. Being full ownership of this item, I know the shop alarms will not go off if I just take it. And so I will grab it, point it, and mutter under my breath, now how did this thing work, as I start poking bits of it and trying to figure out how to make it function.
You can do a spout lore, or you can read on the tag what the command word.
Oh. I'm going to do both at the same time with an intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah. I will not remember what it does, but then grab the placard and just read it. making sure that the whole mess is tucked under my arm as I pointed at the guy who is now tangled up.
Yeah.
Side piercer. I don't have, separate handout. I read on this placard. How am I supposed to deal with separate handout?
The command word is impale.
Oh, well. Right. I will finally, if you want to try to, I'm thinking if you wanted to try to get him free while I'm stumbling about the shop trying to find my notes on how to work the side piercer. And finally, I rifle through a file and pull out a piece of paper that said, the command word is fail, or impale. At which point I run back to the door, hoping to find him still there.
He is still there.
Point the staff, or the spear, and say, impale!
The spear extends, piercing the ground through the mer person. The mer person will gasp and choke up blood as the spear twists in his insides. He will look down, clutch the spear, and say, "You guys had it. You killed Triton."
Oh,
Roll for damage, Bertok.
Oh, okay. Bertok. Damage.
Oh, your damage is horrible. Oh. Oh, by the way, Hell Puppy, if you click on your token, you should be able to see all of the macros that have been assigned to Greenbell. So
I can see them. Yeah.
great, cool. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that mer person will be quite injured as you impale it with this spear, Bertok.
Mm-hmm.
It will scream that, "Return, tell your leaders, return the eye of the fish god to us, or we will barricade this port and not let any ships pass ever again."
Can I take my action?
Yes.
Okay. This is what I would like to do. I would like to find a rope and find a high. I would like to find a rope, find a high, hoisting thing.
Okay.
And tie the rope to the net, hoist them up, like in the same way that you hoist fish out of the water.
Okay. Man, you drew a picture just for that, huh? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Let's say another dexterity defy danger.
Yes, of course. I don't think that works because it giving me the character not found.
Okay. Yeah. Click on the token. Click on Rainbow.
Yeah. Then wait, like that, and then wait a second.
Sorry.
Let's see if this works. Constitution, no, dexterity. Yeah, then now it works. Okay, never mind.
Okay, great, cool. Okay.
So that's a 9.
Okay. In life, your worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. Yeah. In weaving in and out through the in weaving in and out through the net to get the rope through it, and to bring it up to the third floor of the tower. The mer person is biting and grabbing at your feet as you go by.
I'll take some damage, maybe.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if that's what because I get like I don't defy the danger. I get why it's happening. But if the implication is that I take damage, then roll. I'm sure I survive. Maybe, maybe I'll survive. All right.
5 damage. Yep.
Okay. I can't change my. Why won't you work now? Come on. I'm not used to this character shit. Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Took
Cool.
the damage.
Great.
I'm not dying yet.
Nope. Your ankles are a little bloody, but you managed to bring the rope up to the third floor and start to hoist up the.
I have to lean back and hoist up and just like, don't worry, Captain. I know how to deal with fish before. Yeah. So it's like, have to lean against the rope because it's kind of heavy. It's just like, so, Captain, anything heavy I could tie this to? Or am I just supposed to sit here right now? Tie.
Botok, what do you say to that?
It's more a sort of jokey question. I can find something heavy to tie it to, I assume.
No,
right?
it's fine. No.
Yes, you could.
Just like as it's hanging up there, I'm going, all right, dealt with one of them. Now, how many others can there be, right? I mean, we already got one.
Yeah, I'm thinking the... Ooh. Oh, the spear that's stuck in the ground drags through the mer person as I hold on to the other end. Or the whole thing just levers me up off my feet.
I kind of like the idea of like it's still impaled in the mermaid, but now it's like up in the air, and you're kind of.
I'm dangling off of the one end of the sphere. The spear.
Yeah, sure.
Also in midair, and I'm like kicking and yelling, and what are you doing?
I am restraining the mer person, obviously.
But
I'm doing what you're supposed. Just like. I'm just doing what you're supposed to do with fish. You hoist them up in a net so that bears and stray dogs don't eat them. It's just standard procedure. Have you never worked on docks before?
Well, not on the dock, but I mean, and then
after I secure the rope to something, I go over and I drag the spear out of reach up and drag the spear out of the mer person so I can come down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and I will. Before I do, I detect that I probably do, and will let go before the spear is completely free and drop to the ground. Hopefully, the spear drops and I can reach up and grab it all.
As the spear drops out of the merfolk, it will shrink in size back to its usual 6 feet or so, and yes, you can catch it, Botok.
Nice. I do it. And I will clunk it on the ground. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I sort of go, right, that's one mer person very well dealt with. So, what is next, Captain? Should we go... It seems that they're jumping out of every which corner nowadays.
It's disturbing that they're knowing where to look.
I mean, no disrespect, Captain, but you do not make yourself a hard man to find.
Scald will regain his feet, scowl up at the mermaid, and say, "I suppose we'll have to test all of the city guard to see if any of them are merfolk."
I'm just like, no, wait. I know how to figure out. Just like walk up to the mer person. I'm just like, all right, you're going to tell me who the other guards are, merfolk, or else.
What's that?
What?
What's that?
He threatened.
Yeah, I'm just like, or else. Do I get an answer? I'm really hoping for or what.
Or what?
Or this. I start spinning the nets round and round and round and round.
Yeah.
Twirls
Okay.
up and tightens and
I would like.
lets go.
Okay. In all serious though, what would I roll for this stupid interrogation tactic?
You could make a parlay.
I
Alright.
thought maybe like interrogate. Is that a thing?
Not very good.
But it's enough. What are you holding as leverage over the mer person?
He doesn't need to bark all his lunch up. Also, I'm the fun guy to have interrogation with. I'm the fun one.
You're the good
like
cop.
if they take over, it's gonna be worse.
The mer person will say that he will reveal any other mer people here if you let me go after I tell you.
Yeah. So I sort of stopped. Lost my AirPods. So I sort of stopped spinning. I'm just like, well, that would have to be up to the captain. After all, I'm not in a position to make bargains with prisoners. That's the captain's job. Sort of let him go again.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Yes?
I will come out and I will hear all this conversation and realize the tactic, and not immediately, but walk up and jab the mer person with the tip of my sword and say, "And you'll tell us or you'll pay," assuming that I have to be the bad cop. If you
Oh boy.
don't give us the information we want,
Then I'll poke you in the butt. If you don't give me what I want, I'll poke you straight in the butt.
Yeah.
The mer person will
It's not prepared for this.
under your harsh tortures, the mer person will eventually say that 3 other guards in the city are disguised as mer people. And Scald will have some idea who the mer person is talking about. He will scowl and then blow a whistle, and more guards will come running up. He will dispatch them to take care of the other disguised mer people, traitors.
Now, it is very important that every guard is housed up in a net and spent around a few hours. If they beg for mercy, they are indeed mer persons. If not, don't know.
And there's only 3 of them, so we just have to find the 3 people that will beg for mercy.
Or we can get one giant net and one giant spinning mechanism and spin all the gods at once. You know, honestly, this idea of making some sort of big machine that spin people around, that could be real fun. Maybe I could charge a small fee for everyone to get on board. But what would I call it?
You could absolutely spend time inventing something like that if you want.
That's how Carousel started.
We have a whole troop of gnomes that will build this for you.
Back in Serious Town, we are just being attacked. We should do something about that.
Yes. I am.
Scald will graciously leave you guys the mermaid to take care of, and he will go off and to organize the search for the other traitors.
All right. So I look over. So I sort of stand in front, arm crossed, looking up at this mer person. I sort of look over at the captain. It's just like, all right, captain. Now we have the mer person. Now all we need is a very big bottle.
Ooh. My eyes light up. The mer person is totally confused and has no idea what we're talking about.
Yes, he does, because I told the story while he was there, disguised.
Oh. Yeah, he does. Right. Good
Congratulations. Point. I sort of point at him. Now you're going in the bottle.
The mer person will exert every ounce of his willpower and transform into a small child. He starts screaming, "Help! Help! These men have caught me in a net."
Oh.
Give me my pointy stick. I sort of cross my arm, I don't know. I think you're expecting the culture here to be very different than what it actually are. I'll tell you that my father used to make me fight the dogs for dinner. So this kind of this thing here, this is just the siblings playing.
Yeah. Oh, if only I had Adrian here. That would be totally cool. I could do something.
So anyway, you have a bunch of helpers. Yeah, they can make anything. Mm-hmm. So are they any good at blowing glass? We need about such a big bottle for this to work.
Yeah, I haven't seen them blow glass, but I wouldn't put it past them. They can do quite a bit. I mean, they basically fixed my automaton, the weird C-3PO that lives in the cargo hold of the ship. He works like a charm, and
Otherwise, we need to go somewhere and buy a very big bottle. Also, by the way, apparently we're not worried about the mermaid invasion. We're just stuck on this thing. Like this man is going inside a bottle. By God.
What are the big taverns in town? Can we?
Hang on.
Because there was one of those taverns that had, like, you know how they have the inedible, gigantic 3-foot burger. And so if you had if they have the challenge of the 5-gallon bottle. If you can drink this within an hour, we'll give you it for free. Otherwise,
maybe we can find a wizard and bring him a small bottle, and he can magic it to be a big bottle.
Oh.
There is Absentia. There is Bilgewater's Sweetness, and there is the Temple of the Deep Ones might have a big bottle.
But Burtok is now distracted and totally set on the drinking challenge. And he suggests this, and he says, "We seriously should do this. You and I could maybe get a whole free thing out of this. I mean,
I don't disagree, but somebody has to stay here and watch the screaming child in the net.
oh, my countenance falls. Yeah, I wonder. Herbert is. No, he's too old.
I am old and feeble, sir.
It's sad that you actually admit it, I say.
Gastrag and Agatha, though, are in the upstairs
Yeah, but
somewhere.
they're. Yeah.
Do you want to call them gnomes?
No, I think.
I want to call the gnomes. I want the bottle. Damn it!
Yeah, let's call the gnomes, and let's
All
tell
right.
them to go ahead and come up with something.
Yeah, we need a big glass bottle, big enough for this person, or soon to be very expensive wall decoration.
La-di-da, la-di-da-da-da. A horde of gnomes rush up from the ship, up the docks, and approach you guys. They are eager as ever to do whatever needs doing.
Yep.
I explained to them my plan.
Oh, sure, they say. They could blow a bottle or at least build a very big tank for that child. Want it drowned?
No, it's not a child. It's a murdered person that thinks it can escape by disguising itself as a child. It's no problem.
Oh, okay. If you're sure, that's okay. We can do that. Lads, to the glass blower! Yeah, they rush off. Adrian, though, you will have seen that large cloud of gnomes moving towards the shop
Yes.
and a dangling child in a net.
My eyes get big. I wonder what in the world. I'll probably approach cautiously and kind of sidle up next to the other human. Lean over and what's going on?
Oh, well, you know that guy that is named Skull Eye Breaker Eye Suck the something?
Oh, Grim Skull? Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yes, Dark Skull, exactly. Now, he came in and wished us. He came in and offered us free beers with these sort of weird tokens. I don't know why.
Ooh.
And but he was suddenly attacked by his guard friend, who turned out to be a mermaid in disguise. So we did the only logical thing and are going to put the mermaid into a giant bottle.
Seriously?
Oh no, don't worry, it's a disguise spell. It's not a real child.
Oh. Oh. Well. And I look up at the child/mer person. It does seem kind of like he's yeah, that doesn't look good at all, I say. Maybe I can help a little bit. I don't know. I point my staff. up at the dangling net, and I cast prestidigitation. I hope. Do I know this yet? Have I gotten it back?
Yes, you have enough time to prepare your spells again.
Okay. I would like to cast it.
Okay.
Nice. And I would like to make the dangling rope net look like a swing with a flat wooden bottom upon which the child is now sitting somewhere, just back and forth. See, we've set up a swing. Now he looks fine, and nobody will know any different.
The child is still screaming and crying, but it does look somewhat vaguely like a cartoon swing that the child is now swinging back and forth on.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I just realized something. I think maybe we should also look into the whole. I think the mermaid said something about blockading the harbor, and we will all perish horrible, awful deaths, and return some kind of what was it again? I'm sure he talked about returning some sort of eye to like a giant something like that. I'm sure it's not important.
Adrian would like to spout lore. And
She succeeds.
does she know about the Proteus, the eye, with her dealings with Lady Blackadder?
Interesting. Seeing as she has close contact with Lady Blackadder, and that she was learning at the Tower of Galengul, which is currently helping with the research with that, I think she would have a vague idea of the Proteus. Yes.
Okay. The eye?
Yeah.
You're not going to get it?
I'll get it in a few minutes.
Okay.
Shit. I forgot what
We have
time it is.
mermaids in glass bottles to worry about.
Actually, guys, I actually forgot what time it is. I do need to run.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
That is fine.
It's a short one today, apparently. Which
Yeah.
is okay.
That is also fine.
All right.
I don't know. But here's the thing. Even though it's short, I say we have done the most important thing. That is putting sentient creatures in bottles.
Hello?
Yes, absolutely. We've almost gotten
Yes, I'm sorry. I just
Almost
forgot
gotten there.
to comment.
Now the next step up from this
I'll be right
would
back.
if we can get a bunch of fairies and put them in bottles and sell that as well. See?
See, yeah. You're reminding me of a comic that I read where they get into like Zelda, and what is the actual red the red health potion actually made of, and it got into the implication that it was just blended up fairies. Like they stuck fairies through a blender or something.
Stuck fairies to a blender.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See you guys. Thanks for playing.
Take care, Sean.
See ya.
Yeah.
I've come back. Okay, well, I guess we are done. So I will transition